All right, we'll begin. So once you gather your props, come into Malasana yoga squat. And since this is early stage of the practice, put a block underneath your sit bones. Unless you feel really natural when you're doing a squatting like this. Otherwise, make sure you put a 1 block or 2 blocks underneath the sit bone so you can get as much support as you can get. Once you arrive to Malasana, bring the hands together and prop the thigh bones with your elbows. Let the eyelids getting heavy. Perhaps slowly close the eyes fully. And even though there might be some tension between the elbows and thigh bones, see if you can just let it release a little bit for today instead of giving too much effort as usual. Once you made yourself comfortable in the Malasana, start paying more attention to the breathing. If Malasana does not work for you, you can come lie down on your back with the soles of the feet together and knees straight open in Supta Baddha Konasana. Either way, start feeling when you breathe in, your throat actually kind of closed towards the back of the head. And your chest, your rib cage, your belly, all rising up, becoming more open. And exhale, let everything close back. And just watch the cycles of that action of closing and open happen. Sometimes they happen simultaneously. Sometimes they come one after another. Notice if there's any tension in your body, see what you can do to release it. Can be a deeper breathe in and deeper breathe out. Can be adjustment of your posture. Even if that means you have to open your eyes. You can stay here in this deep observation of your Ujjayi breath. You can also just rest your left hand on the left thigh and fist your right hand. Release your right thumb and your right ring finger and pinky finger. And bring the right thumb to the top of right nostril. Take a deep breath in through the left nostril. And close the left and open the right and let it out through the right. Inhale through the right. Close the right and open the left, release. Take a deep breath in. Open the right side, close the left. Deep breath in. Close the right, open the left, and release. Continue on your own with your own pace. If for whatever reason that with a thumb or ring fingers on top of nostrils does not work for you, you can just release both hands down or bring your hands back to prayer. And just imagine there's open and close action alternate in between your nostrils. And if you chose to practice Anulom Vilom, alternate nostril breathing, notice that the opening and close of your body part, the chest, the rib cage, the belly, it is slightly different from Ujjayi breathing. In a non-judgmental way. The breathing might be slightly more congested due to all kind of reasons, can be air, humidity, or your body's going through some discomfort. It does not make it bad practice. Next time when you finish the round of breathing out through the left nostril, come back to Ujjayi breathing. And get your hands in front of the heart if you haven't done so. And bow the head toward the heart. When you're ready, slowly blink open the eyes. Stay on the block and find a strap or whatever substitute you decide to go with for your strap. And hold the strap above the head. Open the arms, straighten the arms, and facing the wrist to the front. Take a deep inhale, create a tension in between the hands. And exhale, release the hands to the backside. Let the chest open, which means in the meantime, your upper back will be closed. And inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, release the hands to the front. If it's too tight, if it's creating too much tension in your shoulders, you can adjust the distance between the hands. Very likely you're gonna have to widen the distance between the hands. Inhale, rise up. Next, release the hands to the back slowly and steadily. Inhale, come to center. Next, release it down at the front. Move in between. See if you can match the pace of you rising and lowering down to be syncing with the pace of breathing in and out. Next time, your hands both behind you. Roll your hand around the strap until your hands meet. Clasp the hands with your left pinky finger outside. Bend into the legs, lift your tailbones up. Clasp the hands towards the sky. Keep some micro bend in your knees for now. And just release your chest down towards the thigh bones. Take a deep inhale, straighten both legs, flat back. Exhale, fold over the legs. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs, micro bend the legs. Switch the clasp the hand with the right pinky finger outside this time. Bend into the right leg, straighten the left. Release the clasp the hands to the right side. Turn your chest toward the left side. Rotate your rib cage up toward the sky. Take a deep breath in. Press firmly into the right foot. Exhale, come to the center. We'll do the other side. Bend into the left leg, straighten the right. Revolve your rib cage to the right side, all the way up toward the sky. Take a deep breath in. Just let the chest open. Exhale, fold over the legs, release the hands. Release the strap to the side. Inhale, lengthen the spine, hand on the blocks or on the shin. Exhale, fold over the legs. Rise all the way up, hands above the sky. And hand to heart center. Close the eyes briefly. Shift weight around the corners of the feet. Engage the front of the thighs. Pull the kneecaps toward the pelvis. Tucking the outer hips in. And just let everything go back to neutral. Inhale, rise the arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Step left and right. And release the knees down. Move through some cow and cat here. Once you come back to neutral, we raise up your left hand. Exhale, thread the left arm to the underneath the right and to the right side. Release your left shoulder down to the ground. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, stretch the upper back. Let the upper back be open. Let's do one more time. And this time, rest your left cheek on the ground and walk your right hand to the front to create a twist. So right now, there's a combination of opening and close in both your chest and your upper back. Stop, walk your right hand to the right side. Extend your left hand to meet with your right into Anahasta happy puppy pose. Melt the chest toward the ground. You can even come up onto your fingertips, which creates more opening in your chest. If you're on your fingertips, release your palms down. Release your elbows down and start slowly. Glide your chest open to the front. You can stay on a Sphinx pose. You can also straighten your arms. Unlike your upper facing dog, today we're going to keep our knees on the ground into a seal pose. Just let the chest open, spread the collarbones. And exhale, round your upper back. And push your hips all the way back to your heels into a child pose. We move in between. Inhale, glide your chest forward into a seal pose. And exhale, mimicking like a cat pose. Push back into a child pose. Inhale, cow gliding forward. Exhale, round your upper back into child pose. Let's do one more time together. Inhale. Next up, push your tailbones toward the heels. And from here, start slowly, very intentionally, glide the arms slightly off from the ground, all the way to the back. And release them down by the side for a cycle of breath. Then bring them all the way back to the front. Press into the palms. Tuck your toes. Lift your tailbones up, straighten your legs all the way up into a downward facing dog. Take your time to adjust in your downward facing dog. It can mean that you need to pedal to one leg and another. Rock forward into a high plank, then come back into a downward facing dog. For other kind of movements you'd like to add on to your practice. And as usual, if this does not work for you, you can come down to a child pose again. You can flow in between cow and cat in the table. Once you find stillness in your downward facing dogs, lift up your left leg, open your left hip, stack your left hip over the right, bend your left knee. You can draw some big circles with the left knee. And press strongly into the left hand. Then bring the left knee all the way into the chest. Release your left knee behind your left wrist, left foot behind your right wrist into a half pigeon pose. If you have a blanket nearby or block nearby, slide a blanket or block underneath your left hip. Come up, get comfortable first. And if you can grab the long edge of the mat, you can grab it and create a tension between the mat and your hands, which force you to pull your shoulders away from the ears. Only if that works with your low back. And puff the chest up toward the sky. And start slowly release the hands to the front. And walk your down to the elbows. And stack the hands on top of each other and rest your forehead on the top. If the hands or the floor is too far away from you, you can bring a block in front of you and rest your forehead on top of the block as well. One more cycle of deep breath in here. Next, just start slowly walk yourself up. Release your left hip down and start slowly swing your right leg to the front and cross the right leg over the left knee. Hug the right knee with the left elbow right hand behind you and twist to the right side. Plug the right sit bone into the ground. We're opening the chest, also opening the upper back. Take a deep breath in, revolve the chest. And exhale, come to center. Bend the right leg. Extend your left knee. We're going to reopen the front hips, especially left front hip that has been closing. Bring the right hand behind you. Inhale, rise up. Left arm by the left ear. Push your pelvis up toward the sky. And exhale, release the hips down. Just do it twice more. Inhale, left arm by the left ear. Exhale, release the hips down. One more time. Cross the left leg in front of the right. Bring the feet together. Use the hands as support. And come all the way up, hugging the legs into each other. Rise all the way up. Continue hugging the legs. Exhale, hand to heart center. Perhaps close your eyes briefly here and see what it's like when you're crossing the legs, shifting weight around the four corners of the feet. Are you still able to pull the kneecaps toward the pelvis? Engage the front of the legs. Inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, slowly lower down. Step your right foot back, left foot back. You can stay in this cross leg high plank. You can also release the cross legs if that makes more sense for you. And bend to the elbows. Inhale, pull the chest forward into an upward facing dog or upward facing dog with crossed legs. Exhale, push your tailbones up into downward facing dog. Uncross the legs if you haven't done so. Rock forward into a high plank. Release the knees down into a table. You can move through one round of cow and cat. And once you're back to neutral, inhale, raise up the right hand. And exhale, scoop the right arm underneath your left. Inhale, bring back up. Exhale, extend right hand all the way to the left side. One more time. Just let right upper corner of the back getting stretched. And start walk the left hand to the front to provide more stability. Take a deep breath in that twist. And start walk the left hand slightly to the left side. And extend right hand to the front as well, back into the puppy pose. You can stay in this puppy pose. You can come up to your fingertips. You can also come up to find the blocks and bring the blocks side by side. And bring the elbows on top of the blocks. And press the palms together and bring the thumbs all the way to the neck. Just let the opening of the chest and the closing of the upper back coexist with each other. Knowing that we'll take turns to open and close. And if you're on the elbows on the blocks, move the blocks to the side. If you're already in a puppy pose, as the last round, release the elbows down to the ground and glide your chest forward. Your elbows can be bent in a Sphinx pose. You can also straighten your arms into a seal pose. Keep your knees on the ground. Exhale, round your upper back into a cat. Release the heels, the hips toward the heels. Inhale into a cow and glide all the way forward. Exhale, round your upper back. Inhale, chest forward. Exhale, let the cycle continue. And next time, when you're in a child pose, float your palms slightly up from the ground. And slowly glide it all the way to the bag, rested by your side. And then lift it up from the ground again. Bring it all the way back to the front. Press into the palms, tap the toes. Raise up into a downward facing dog. Lift up your right leg. Bend your right knee. Open the right hip. Draw some big circles with the right knee. Bring the right knee all the way into the chest. Release the right knee behind the right wrist. Right foot behind the left wrist. Release the hips down. Slide a block or a folded blanket underneath your right hip. You can stay here with support from your hands. You can also start walk yourself even more upright. And grab the longer edge of the mat. Use the tension between the mat and the hands to pull your shoulders down toward the ground. And puff the chest up toward the sky. Let the front side of you be open, while the back side of you is getting strengthened from that closing. And whenever you're ready, start lower down onto your elbows. And stack the hands and rest the forehead on top of the hands or onto a block. Just let this pigeon pose be restful. Just like the close and open taking turns, there's always chances for the flowing and rest take turns as well. And when you're ready to come out, start slowly support yourself to come up. Release your right hip down. And slowly glide your left leg to the front and cross the left leg above the right knee. Hug the left leg, left knee with your right elbow. Bring the left hand behind you and twist into the left side. Plug the left sit bone into the ground. Take a deep inhale, reaching tall through the crown of the head. Next, revolve through the spine. And come back through the center. Bend the left leg, extend the right leg. Bring the left foot inside of your right thigh. Left hand behind you. Inhale, swing the right arm up, press the pelvis up. Exhale, circle the right hand back to the right leg. Inhale, swing the right arm up, press the pelvis up. Exhale, circle the right hand down. Last time. Cross the right leg in front of the left leg. Bring the feet together. Use the hands to support yourself. Lift your sit bones first. The heaviest bones of your body. Hugging the knees, hugging the legs into each other. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Hands on the shin or on the blocks. Exhale, fold over the legs. Rise all the way up. And hand to heart center. Perhaps close your eyes briefly again. See if with the switch of the legs, a different leg at the front, if it's causing different sensations for you. And once you're ready, start slowly blink open the eyes, and we'll flow through water salutation today. If you rather stay into traditional sun salute, please go for it and cross the legs. Otherwise, keep your legs crossed with your right leg at the front. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs, hugging the legs into each other, and step your left foot to the right back corner of your mat. Release the left knee down. Keep hugging the thigh bones into the midline. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands down. Step your right foot back, feet in front of your left, into a high plank. Exhale, release your elbows down. Inhale, pull your chest forward into upward facing dog with the left leg on top. Exhale, push your tailbones up, downward facing dog with the left leg at the top. Bring the left foot to the right thumb. Release your right knee down. Rise up. And exhale, hands down. Step your right foot behind the left. Rise all the way up into a standing. And exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Step your right foot to the left back corner of the mat. Inhale, rise the arms up. Hands down, step your left foot in front of the right. Rock forward into a high plank. Take a deep inhale. Next, bend through the elbows. Release all the way down to your belly. Also inhale, directly pull into your upward facing dog. Exhale, push your tailbones up. Step your right foot to the left thumb. Release the left knee down. Rise up the arms. And hands down. Bring the left foot behind the right. Hugging the knees into each other. Rise all the way up into a standing. That is one round. We'll fold one more round together. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step your left foot to the right back corner of the mat. Release the left knee down. Rise the arms up. Cross the knees into the midline. Hands down. Step your right foot in front of the left. Rock into a high plank. Bend through the elbows. Inhale, pull the chest forward. Exhale, push the tailbones up into a downward facing dog. Step your left foot to the right thumb. Release your right knee down. Both arms up. Hands down. Step your right foot behind the left. Rise all the way up into a standing. Next, exhale, hand through heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold those legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step the right foot to the left back corner of the mat. Release the right knee down. Right arms up. Hands down. Step your left foot in front of the right. Rock forward into a high plank. Bend through the elbows. Inhale. Pull the chest forward. And exhale, lift your tailbones up. Step your right foot to the left thumb. Release the left knee down. Both arms up. Release the hands down. Step the left foot behind the right. Hugging the knees into each other and rise all the way up. And hand through heart center. One more round on each side on your own so you can practice in your own personal space. And we'll all meet at the front of the mat. If you don't quite remember the flow, no big deal. Go with whatever your body is guiding you into. And if you'd rather to play safe, you can always come back into a traditional sun salute. If you already arrived at the front of the mat, you can choose come into Tadasana with eyes closed, and also come into Tadasana with crossing legs. Perhaps today go with the version of Tadasana that you were not so familiar with. You can mean the right leg to the front or left leg to the front. The ones that creates more uncertainty and unfamiliarity for yourself. Take your time to arrive at the front of the mat. Once you arrived, bring the big toes together, heels slightly apart. And lower your hips down to the point that you feels like there is opening and close coexisting in both of your chest and your upper back. Option to rise the arms by the ears. Find a steady point to focus on. So your mind is not wandering around. That way you can focus on the cycle through the breath. Once you arrive there, see if you can shift your attention back to the close and open up your chest, your back, to see the shift between them with each cycle of your breath. One more deep cycle of breath. And exhale, rise all the way up, hand through heart center. Bring the feet slightly apart, Inhale, bend into the legs, right arms to the side all the way up. And exhale, release arms to the side, straighten the legs. Let's do it twice more. Inhale, bend the knees, cross arms, and ride them to the side and all the way up above the head. Exhale, straighten the legs, release arms. One more time. And this time, ride the arms to the side and cross arms with the right elbow on top. Can hand grabbing the opposite elbows. Can also wrap the arms into each other until your palms pressing into each other. Create an eagle arms. And bring the feet together, big toes touching and heels slightly apart. And sit your hips down back into Uttanasana chair pose. Pull the right heel into the right sit bone and lightly step the right foot toward the back. Rise the elbows up a little bit to the height of the shoulders at least. Into a high lunge with the arm bound. Inhale, pull the elbows toward the sky, create a back bend. And exhale, crunch into your elbows into your pelvis. Inhale, open the chest again, close the back. Exhale, open the back this time, close the chest. One more time. When you rise back up this time, spin down your right heel, keep bending into your left leg. Lift your elbows back up, lift your lower down. Gaze through the left shoulder all the way to the front. Warrior two with a eagle arm bind. Take a deep breath in. Next, slowly, without the slingshot, release the arms. Open the arms to the side. Warrior two. Inhale, flip your front palm. Next, rest your right hand on your right thigh, straighten your left leg. Side bend to the back, left arm by the left ear. Inhale, bend into warrior two again. And exhale, reverse. One more time. And cover both of your hands down, framing your left foot. Keep your right hand on the ground, release your right knee down. Raise up your left hand, twisting to the left side. Press into your right hand so you release your right shoulder away from the right ear. And lift through the left hand. Your left shoulder is also running away from your left ear. Release your left hand down. Step your left foot back into a down dog split. Next, draw your left knee into the chest. Cross your left ankle over the right knee. Release your right heel down into a down dog, but with the figure four. With your left ankle over the right knee. Option to step your left foot down and walk your hands toward the back of the feet. Then you bring your left ankle over your right knee again. Option two, from the down dog with the left ankle over the right knee, directly walk your hands toward the back. Hands can be on the ground, hands can be on the blocks. You can also rise up your hands into a prayer, into a figure four. Use your left elbow to press your left knee open, flex your left foot. find a spot on the ground that you can focus on. Two more rounds of long breath here. See what you can do to make it slightly easier to put all the weight onto the right foot. Once you're ready to come out, release your hands down. You can step your left foot down, walk back into down dog. You can also keep your left ankle over the right knee and walk yourself back to the front. And step your left foot down. Release the knees down. Come into a child pose. And from child pose, if that makes sense to you, you can stay there, but the back of my legs did not feel so well after that if I stay in child pose. So I would come up, bring the hands behind me, and press your hips away from the heels into a baby camel. Release the hips down. And push yourself back into a downward facing dog. And instead of hop today, step by step, really small steps, walk your feet all the way to the hands and fold over the legs. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Rise all the way up. And exhale, hand to heart center. I'm gonna do the other side. Bring the feet together, the big toes touching, heels slightly apart. Sit your hips down into Tadasana, chair pose. Option to stay here, option to rise your arms by the ears. Make sure your knees are not passing your big toes. You can rise all the way up. And to your heart center. A rest in between for a moment. You can also bring the feet away from each other and do the bend into knees, right arms up. Just release the tension from the knees for a little bit. Once you're ready, bring the feet back together and sit into a chair. Actually, come rise back up. I forgot to do the arm bind first. Extend the arms out and cross the arms. This time with the left elbow on top of right. You can grab the opposite shoulder with the hand. You can also wrap the arms together until the palms pressing into each other. And lift the elbows to the height of the shoulders. And sit your hips down into the chair pose. Pull your left heel into left sit bone. And start slowly step that left foot back into a high lunge with an arm bind. Lift your elbows back up if it dropped. Bend into the right leg. Inhale, raise the elbows toward the sky. Find space at the front of your body. And exhale, close your elbows towards your navel. Let your back side be stretched. Inhale. Continue the cycle. And exhale, round your back. One more time. When you rise back up from there, spin your left heel down, bend into the right leg, open the right knee, and lift your elbows back up if they dropped. Gaze through the right shoulder to the front. And with the next exhale, start slowly unwrap your arms. Extend the arms out into a warrior two. Flip your front palm, reverse your warrior, straighten your right leg. Inhale, come back into a warrior two. Now exhale, reverse. We close and open with each cycle of breath, just as we did at the beginning of the practice. Next time, cartwheel both of your hands to the front, framing your right foot. Release the left knee down, left hand on the ground, right hand up, twisting to the right side. Release your left ear away from left shoulder, away from the left ear. Right your right shoulder away from the right ear. Release the right foot down, right hand down, and step your right foot back into a down dog split. Inhale, draw the right knee into the chest, and cross the right ankle over the left knee. Press the left heel back into the ground. You can release your right foot down into downward facing dog first, then start walk the hands toward the back. You can also directly walk the left hand first, then right hand, right hand, until you reach the back of the mat. Your hands can stay on the ground. They can stay on blocks, and also rest them onto your right leg. Use the right elbow to press the right knee open. Figure four. Find a steady point in front of you to focus on. Distribute weight around your left foot evenly. And release your hands down if they're up. And start walk yourself back into a downward facing dog with or without the ankle over the knee. And release your right foot down. Rock yourself forward into high plank. Release your knees down. And press yourself into a child pose. You can stay there. You can also swing your arms behind you. And press your pelvis up into your baby camel. Raise your hips down if you're in baby camel. Hands down, rise up into a downward facing dog. And start walk yourself to the front. And fold over the legs. Rise all the way up. And head to heart center. We'll flow one more time on each side with a little bit add-on. Bring the big toes together, heels slightly apart, sit into a chair. And press the palms together. Bring the right elbow onto the left thigh, twisting to the left side. Take a deep inhale. And exhale, let everything out. Come through center. And we'll twist to the other side. And come back to center and rise all the way up. You can do the bend into the knees and swing the arms up as many times as you like. Once you're back to neutral, open the arms, the right arm on top of the left. You can grab the opposite shoulder. You can also wrap the arms together into an eagle arm. Bring the big toes together and sit your tailbones down. Pull your left heel toward the left sit bone. You can step back into a high lunge directly, or this time perhaps slowly extend your left leg long, straighten your right leg into a warrior three with arm bind. And lightly step down your left foot into a high lunge. Inhale, rise your elbows up. And exhale, crunch the elbows toward the navel. This time, lower the elbows all the way inside of your right knee, humble warrior. Slowly rise all the way back up. Spin your left heel down. Bend into the right leg, warrior two. Gaze through the right shoulder all the way to the front. With control, open the arms. Next, reverse warrior. Straighten your front leg, but this time, left hand reaching toward the front of the face. Inhale, warrior two, but right hand reach toward the back of the space, left arm by the left ear. We'll flow like that twice more. Inhale, reverse, left hand toward the front, right arm. My Wi-Fi got cut off. So we'll come into runner's lunge, left hand down, right hand up, simple twist. Release the left shoulder away from the left ear, especially when now if your left knee is not supporting you. We might tend to create a tension there. Release the right hand down and step your right foot back into a down dog split. Cross, bring the right knee into the chest. Cross right ankle over the left knee, press the left heel into the ground. And start walk your right hand back first, the left hand, right hand, left hand. You can stay here in this figure four. You can rise your hands up. You can stay here. And just use a second to bring a block that rested outside of your left foot. And then come back into a figure four. From figure four, you can slide your right foot to behind the left thigh, the left calf. You can rest the right foot on that block if you need that support. You can also wrap that right foot behind your left ankle. Wrap your knees, wrap your thigh bones towards each other. You can option to stay here, option to open the arms and cross arms with the right arm underneath. Lift your elbows up to the shoulders. Tadasana, eagle pose. Find a steady point in front of you to focus on. Whenever you're ready, release your hands down to the ground. Walk yourself back into a downward facing dog. Release your right foot down. Release your knees down. Come into a child pose. Option to stay there. Option to come into a baby camel or full camel. Whenever you're ready, come back into downward facing dog. Step by step, with many small steps. Walk yourself back to the front. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Rise all the way up. And hand through heart center. Bring the big toes together. Heels slightly apart. And sit into a chair pose, Uttanasana. Press the palms together. Right elbow onto left thigh. Option to stay here. Option to open the arms. Let the chest be open. Let the upper back being strengthened. Take a deep breath in, reaching towards opposite directions through the hands. Next, I'll come to the center. We do the other side. Left elbow onto the right thigh. Open the elbows. Come to center, rise back up. Take your time to do some legs bending, arms swinging. Whatever you need to release that tension that got built up in the chair pose. And when you're ready, rise your arms up. With the left elbow on top this time, create bear hugging or eagle arms. Rise the elbows to the height of the shoulders. Sit your tailbones down. Pull your left heel towards the sit bone. And start slowly. Extend your left leg long into a warrior three. Lightly step your left foot down. Lift your elbows back up. Inhale, rise elbows toward the sky. And exhale, bow your bind to be inside of your right leg. Humble warrior. Rise back up. Spin down your left heel. Bend into your right knee. Warrior two. Open the arms. Reverse warrior. Bend the right leg. Right hand towards the back, left arm by the left ear. Right back up. And flow in between. Just let both sides taking turns to be open and closed. And release both hands down. Step your right foot back and left foot forward. Keep your right hand on the ground, left hand up. Simple twist to the left side. Release both shoulders away from the ears. Release the left hand down. Step your left foot back into a down dog split. Inhale, draw your left knee into the chest. Exhale, cross the left ankle over the left knee. Walk your hands toward the back into a figure four. Find the block if you don't even need it. This time, keep it outside of your right foot. You can stay in this figure four. And also start slide your left foot down to behind your right calf. Wrap the left foot behind your right ankle. Option to stay here. Option to open the arms. And wrap the left elbow under the right into eagle arm. And rise the elbows above the shoulders. Gaze on a steady point. Release both hands down to the ground. Walk yourself back into a downward facing dog. Step your left foot down. Release your knees onto the mat. You can stay in the child pose. And also come up into a camel or camel variation. Rise all the way up. We'll come to your back. Find the blocks. Make sure they're by your side. Draw the knees, draw the heels, close the sit bones, and lift your tailbones up. Glide the block. It can be one block, medium or lower height. You can stack two blocks, lowest height on top of each other, and two supported bridge pose. We've been working on a lot of the strengthening the back of our legs. So it's time to just rest by providing support, and also extend the legs long. Let the back of the legs rest. Let the back front of the body be open. Invite your natural breath back into you. And just as we've been closing and open the whole time to this practice, moving and resting to take turns as well. And now is the moment for us to come back to rest. Even though you might have something that's coming up soon, see if you can respect that cycle a little bit longer. Give yourself to an opportunity just to lie in the stillness after spending most of the time moving. When you're ready for Shavasana, lift your hips up and slide away the blocks. can extend the legs long. You can also bring the feet together and drape the knees open. If you decide to do that, slide the blocks underneath your knees to catch the weight. Just let your hands rest somewhere that not requiring too much effort from you. Shavasana. As usual, if you like to stay where you are, please feel free to. If you're ready to come out, start wiggling your toes, your fingertips, and gently sway the head side to side. And roll onto one side of your choice. Before you transition into a seat, see if you can stay a couple more moments of cycling over there, noticing the open and close of your body with each cycle of your inhale and exhale. And once you navigate yourself into a comfortable seat, gather the hand in front of the heart. And bow your head toward the heart. When you're ready, slowly blink open the eyes. Thank you so much for coming tonight. I'll see you next Thursday.